the United States, the superpower that rules the world. But beneath its shiny surface, there are some bizarre secrets most people don't know about. From an entire city hidden underground to a government project that almost changed the face of the moon, and even a mysterious zone where you can literally get away with murder. These 10 mind-blowing facts about America will leave you speechless. America planned to nuke the moon. During the Cold War, the U.S. was desperate to flex its military power in any way possible. One of the craziest ideas ever proposed was Project A119, a plan to detonate a nuclear bomb on the moon. The goal? To send a terrifying message to the Soviet Union by creating a massive explosion visible from Earth. Luckily, the project was scrapped due to concerns about unforeseen consequences. But imagine if it had actually happened. Would the moon still look the way we know it today? A whole city underground in America. Deep beneath Kentucky lies a fully hidden underground city known as Mega Cavern. And no, this isn't just some natural cave. It's a massive network of tunnels stretching across 100 acres. Originally used as limestone mines, it was later repurposed for secret storage facilities and eventually turned into a bizarre tourist attraction. Visitors can ride bikes through underground trails and even go ziplining in complete darkness. But here's the craziest part. Rumor has it the U.S. government used it as a nuclear bunker during the Cold War. A place in America where you can commit murder and get away with it. Can you imagine a spot in the U.S. where someone could commit murder and not be prosecuted? Sounds like a horror movie plot, but it's actually real, and it exists inside Yellowstone National Park. This eerie place is called the Zone of Death and is located in the Idaho section of the park. Because of a weird legal loophole, anyone who commits a crime there technically can't be tried. Why? Federal law requires a jury made up of local residents, but since no one lives there, no jury, no trial. In theory, that means someone could commit a crime there and walk away scot-free. An American city with no laws. Deep in the California desert lies Slab City, one of the strangest places in the U.S. Why? Because it's literally a city with no laws. There's no police, no taxes, and no official regulations. Residents live in trailers and RVs, relying on solar power and hauling in their own water. Some see it as a paradise of total freedom, while others call it a haven for outlaws. But without laws, can people really live in peace? Or will absolute freedom eventually turn into pure chaos? The forbidden island you can't enter. Right in the heart of New York, there's an island so off-limits that no one is allowed to step foot on it. It's called North Brother Island, and it was once a quarantine hospital for smallpox and typhoid patients. After deadly outbreaks, the island was shut down and completely abandoned. Today, it's shrouded in mystery, with rumors that it's haunted by lost souls. Those who've tried to explore it say they felt an eerie presence, like unseen eyes watching them. So, is it just an abandoned island, or is something else lurking there? An American bank full of cheese. In Wisconsin, there's a one-of-a-kind bank, but it doesn't store money. It holds millions of pounds of cheese. This cheese bank serves as a storage facility where massive wheels of cheese are kept as collateral for loans. Yep, in some cases, farmers can actually borrow money using cheese as security. And if they don't pay up, the bank simply keeps the cheese. Only in America, right? The strangest laws in America. If you think all U.S. laws make sense, think again. In Alabama, it's actually illegal to dress up as a priest in a scary way. Meanwhile, in Arizona, there's a law that bans keeping a donkey in a bathtub. And in Connecticut, you're not allowed to cross the street while walking on your hands. Only in America can you easily own a gun. But in some states, you can't legally buy a carton of eggs after midnight. United States. A town with more coffins than people. Imagine walking through a town where the only sound is the wind howling through burnt-down houses. No people in sight, just cracked roads, leaking smoke, and more tombstones than living residents. This isn't a horror movie. It's real life in Centralia, Pennsylvania. Over 60 years ago, an underground coal mine caught fire, and it's still burning to this day. The ground constantly breathes smoke, leaving behind an abandoned ghost town where the dead outnumber the living. Some say Centralia has become a real-life haunted town. But here's the creepy question. Are ghosts the only ones still here? The strangest city in the world, controlled by one company. Imagine your entire life, your home, your food, even your freedom, being controlled by one company. Sounds like a dystopian nightmare, right? Well, for some Americans, this was real life. In this corporate-owned town built by a massive company for its workers, you had no choice but to work, or else you'd lose your job and your home. This wasn't just a town, it was a gilded cage where the company had total control over your existence. Just think about it. Your entire future dictated by a boardroom thousands of miles away. Was this really a city, or an open-air prison?